That stuff known. Bad news, put the bitch at home, nigga. Yeah. Who wanna get on his ass real quick one time? 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hope me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count, and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Living in this world been my whole life, my whole life. It's so melodic when I be dropping this Ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life, my whole life.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put billions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. and sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I got you. Let it ride real quick. Look.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white man. Need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world, it don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask she the prophets.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Atham Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, this ISUPK Tuesday Brotherhood class. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how being aware is to be alive. That's a saying we used to say back in the day. Man, I'm getting old. Look at me back in the day. Good night. But no, back in the day, that's what we used to say. To be aware is to be alive. If you don't know what's going on, man, you are really dead out here, man. You feel me? You is like a walking zombie, man. If you don't know what the hell is going on in the world, and most of our brothers and sisters, they don't know what's going on in the world. That's why this is our job to let you know what's going on, man. You feel me? Since 1969, we've been teaching this truth that Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the chosen people of God. So when you see this stuff going on in the world, these famines, these talks about wars and all that stuff, man, that stuff is biblical prophecy. That stuff has to happen. Otherwise, you ain't going to get free. What you got to understand, Black people, Hispanic, Native Indians, it's going to take an act of God for you to get free. You're not going to get free with stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrency. I know you think so. You think that, yeah, if I get my stocks and bonds, I get the 401k right, I get my credit score up, that stuff ain't going to save you as a whole, man. Your great-great-granddaughter is going to be a stripper. Your great-great-grandson is going to be a drug dealer. You feel me? He's going to be robbing people. Because the wealth you thought you made for your family, it ain't going to last 2-3 generations, man. That's if you do make it out. You feel me? But we got to talk about us as a whole and not as, like Jay-Z, Kanye. You feel me? And we keep talking like Jay-Z and Kanye. Black people made it. Shit, to keep it real with you, and you want to talk about Puff Diddy, we made it. We out, we good, we straight. But if you want to talk about Pookie and Lil Ray Ray and Bonquisha, nigga, we fucked up. We is in a fucked up position. So lock it. I think somebody got mad about that. No, for real though. But yeah, we'll get into it though. If I could, let's get into the first article. Let's go to wrongfully imprisoned man.
Wrongfully imprisoned man. ABC Channel 6. Released after 21 years for a crime lawyer says didn't happen.
Come on, man. It's a black man. Look at him crying. I don't want to play the video because I don't want to get the stream flag. But it's a still shot. See, get some of these pictures of the brother. Well, there you go. That's a still shot. You feel me? And he probably already forgave him. You know he did. You know he didn't went in there and turn Christian. He don't look like a Muslim. Muslims come out a little rougher. He looked like he was in there going to church. You feel me? Praising Jesus. You feel me? But I'm happy the brother out. That, that's no slight against that. But he probably gave him and everything. But it took 21 years of his goddamn life away. Man, you telling me the white man ain't the devil. How much money they give him? I'm pretty sure my bad, they gonna talk about that. Hey, I don't like jumping in front of them. But nah. But that's serious though, you feel me? They gonna try to give you some money, you feel me? To make you forget about it. You need to stop tripping with that cat.
Columbus, Ohio, after 21 years behind bars, Blaine Smith was released from prison and received $1.3 million settlement from the state of Ohio.
Right. Columbus, Ohio. We're going to get into Ohio later. Because what happened in Ohio, everybody crying about, but damn, they ain't crying about this, though. They don't want to cry about this. When they get $1.3 million, $1,300,000. Minus the taxes, he probably got like $900,000. But he can spend that in just 3 years if he's not careful, which he probably is, because he's been in jail for 21 years. He don't know nothing. What they say, you only do 2 days in prison. The day you go in and the day you come out. Because it's you in there trying to survive, you're not even really growing for the outside world. So when you come out, some people, not all, some people come out and they mentally the same age they was when they went in. You feel me? So he might blow that $900,000 in 3 years. And now what was it worth? 21 years of his life gone just so he can get some money. How many of y'all would take $900,000, you feel me, for 3 years in prison? He talking about not Bonquisha. I had to do it. I had to do it, man. Let them know we talk about black people, man. This is a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian class. It's a lot. But yeah, though, how many people out here would take 900,000? How many of y'all take 900,000 to do 21 years in prison? You won't. You'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'll take my freedom over $900,000 or 21 years in prison. Ain't that what they were talking about with Jay-Z? What you take, the dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000? Jay-Z would have told you take the money. Well, I'm telling you, you'll take your freedom, man.
According to Smith's attorney, Joseph Landusky, the alleged crime happened in 2000 at a house in Pinkerton. There was reportedly an armed home invasion and robbery.
Now, they say, according to the district attorney and them, they say a robbery that didn't even happen. So it ain't even like, okay, somebody really had a gun in their face or a knife in their face and money was took. They say this really didn't even happen. I don't even know what's up with that. Like, this can't be real, but this is ABC. You feel me? This is one of the big boys reporting on this.
But Landusky said the defense lawyer at the time of the initial trial did not receive pertinent evidence that would have proved Smith's innocence. He was sentenced to 67 years in prison for a crime that was not even committed by anyone.
It was nothing, ain't nothing even happened. Ain't nothing even happened. You know, Thurgood Marshall, in a, I don't know how to say it. I ain't from that era. NAACP lawyer, whatever. You feel me? And Thurgood Marshall, one of his famous cases, he took a case of a black man that raped a white woman. You feel me? And he won. And the black man was about to, he was about to take a plea deal because he didn't want to. He said what a white man would do to him, a white mob of people would do to him for raping her, he better off in prison than free. You feel me? He was that scared that he'd rather just go to jail for the rest of his life because there's more black people in there than outside. So he just said he'd take a plea deal and just go ahead and just take the case. When come to find out, Thurgood Marshall, which is a black man, was able to prove him innocent. And come to find out, it was just an affair that she had with a worker because his slavery is over. He's just a worker. He worked on a farm. And she had an affair with him because her husband was abusive. So she wanted to have an affair with the black man. And they say the sex was so rough that they thought it was real. It's a lot. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Look, I know a little bit about history. This is the historian right here. But I know a little bit. You feel me? I know a little bit about history, man. And that is crazy, man. That a black man would take a plea deal to go to jail for rape he didn't commit just because he's so scared of what a white mob would do if he gets set free. And the woman is saying he did it. And then the woman ended up saying that it wasn't true. They was having sex. She was finna kill herself because she knew she was finna get caught. And she ended up saying that he did not rape her.
And what you bringing out is so heavy, sir, if I may, that Thurgood was even able to get the man off of a rape charge when they was locking black men up just for being unemployed.
Man, look, man, I'm trying to tell you. That's all I say, man. Black people, we man, look. OJ wasn't the first to do it. It's like, I'm gonna get the stream flag for that. Nobody wanna. Hey, no, I'm just saying though. But no, Johnny Cochran, man, all that we've been doing that. That ain't nothing new. You feel me? We've been doing that, but that was just a sidebar because of what's going on right here with this brother in Ohio. He was sentenced to 67 years in prison for a crime that was not even committed by anyone. And you telling me God is not, you telling me the white man gonna save you? You telling me Martin Luther King celebrating his birthday every year gonna save you? You telling me cryptocurrency gonna save you? The 21 years of this man's life was took away from him. He can't get it back. They gave him $1 million, which he gonna blow that in 4-5 years. His great-great-grandchildren ain't gonna see it. How many of y'all would take $1 million for 21 years in prison? You won't do it, man. So don't say, yeah, he gave $1 million, though they gave him some money. That ain't it. That ain't enough. They should have given him $100 million. That's what they should have done. You go with it.
Come, sir. When first responders showed up, there were no footprints in the snow. It had recently snowed, and there was a dog barking right next door when they pulled up. The neighbor said no dog had barked in the last hour. There were no tire tracks, so it made sense to the investigating officers that this didn't even happen.
It ain't happened. It was no evidence that nobody ever even came. There was no proof. But somehow they gave him 67 years.
When they went in and checked the house, they wrote in their report that it was too selective. They said that victims were telling a story rather than retelling the truth.
Who?
Telling a story.
They said the victims was telling a story. You feel me? Telling a story. They was lying to the police. Go ahead.
It's like itself. It's not funny, but I remember when I was a kid, we couldn't say lie. We had to say it was telling a story.
That's what it was called. Me too. When I was a kid, that's exactly what it was called too. My mama, then you telling the story. He telling the story. No, I'm not, and because that's what it sounds like when you lie. You telling like a fable or something, the Little Red Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel type of shit. You feel me? But but this shit was serious because it's a man's life hanging in a balance, man.
These are written in the reports. These reports were not given to the defense lawyer.
Wasn't given to the defense lawyer. I thought you were supposed to give all the evidence to each other. See what I'm saying? And this was 21 years ago. This was in 2000. This was in 2000. This wasn't in. What were we just talking about? Thurgood Marshall? This wasn't back in fucking 1900s. The Great Depression and all that. No phones, no internet. You feel me? This was in the year 2000. They didn't even exchange information, man. Where's that prosecutor? His ass need to go to jail.
ABC 6, Fox 28 found the incident report written about the crime on February 2nd, 2000. In it, an officer wrote, upon arrival, we secured the outer perimeter, noting a lack of fresh footprints in the snow before making tactical entry.
How can somebody did anything if there's no footprints in the snow? Me and him, we both from up north. You feel me? Midwest people they don't like to call it up north. I call it up north. They say up north is like New York and all that. But anyway, we from where it's cold at, where it snows in the winter. Down here it's 60 degrees. It's 70-something degrees outside right here where we at right now in Louisville, Kentucky. But I'm just saying, we know something about snow. And ain't no crime committed if it ain't no footprints. There's no crime committed and the case should have been closed. But the damn prosecutor ain't even exchanged information with his defense attorney. You feel me? Might have been a public defender because that don't sound right. You feel me? That don't sound like a defense attorney not fighting for the evidence. You feel me? He might have had a public defender.
The officer went on to write, the house was gone through too selectively for my taste.
Right. It ain't even like you went through your own house. You feel me? Think about like my crib right now. You feel me? Or your crib right now, or whoever crib. You feel me? You go through your house. You feel me? Selectively. You touch this pan, this pot. You took this coat off and hung it up. It's selective. It didn't look like somebody ran through everything. Everything's open. Everything's all over the place. It looked selective. It looked like somebody came home. That's all it looked like.
At first, I was really mad. It took my life away, said Smith. Smith was released on July 4th, 2021.
July 4th, huh? But what the Independence Day? Man, only Independence Day I recognize is Will Smith. That's the only Independence Day I know is Will Smith when he fought the aliens, man. It's a lot.
He shared a video with ABC 6, Fox 28 from the moments he stepped out of prison. I was happy, I was crying. I was excited just to get in a car ride, in a car look at buildings, everything we did.
That's all you care about. And that's why this class tonight is called To Be Aware is to Be Alive. All he said he was happy about was seeing a car, seeing a building. He should have been looking for the ISUPK. He should have been looking for the black group that's against this type of shit. So no other brother got to do 21 years for a crime that didn't even happen, man. You go ahead.
He had a lot to do with his own freedom because he insisted from day one that he was innocent. Smith was incarcerated at age 24. Now he's 49 years old. 24,
now he's 49 years old. Wait, so that means he did 25 years. We got to count the whole time he was in there. See, they just counting the time when he got sentenced. Fuck that. He did 25 fucking years in prison. And they took half his life away. And all he got was $1 million? Man, come on, man. Stop it. He ain't know what to do with $1 million. What are you going to do with it?
There were times I couldn't take another minute of being incarcerated, but I had to keep fighting.
Man, look, I think we got enough of that. Happened in Ohio. Black man, 21 years in prison, 25 years in prison for something he didn't do. And what I'm saying is, man, you gotta understand, we got an enemy. We have a people that's against us. You feel me? We just won't accept it. We won't accept that we have an enemy because we so scared of making somebody mad or, you feel me, being in an uncomfortable situation or a room or, man, who gives a fuck? Who cares about, man, they don't care about making you uncomfortable for 25 years. They don't care about you doing 25 years in prison, being uncomfortable in that cell. So why the hell you care about them being uncomfortable because your beard grew out too far? You feel me? Or because you believe Christ is a black man. Or you believe the Israelites are black people, man. They criticize Kyrie Irving, try to take his money away for posting a book. Who the fuck gives a fuck about making them comfortable, man? This brother just did 25 years in prison. Man, get the hell out of here, man. Stop it. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, let's go to that. That's a lot. I can't stop laughing at stuff like this, man. This stuff ain't right. I keep laughing at stuff like this. Hell no.
It's like I said, North Korea.
Oh, there you go. That's what's up. Nah, you go to arrest made in Catholic, killing a Catholic bitch. It ain't funny, but I'm just saying they do more raping and child molesting than a little bit. And to be aware is to be alive. He read the Bible all the time. He ain't know that stuff was a sin. He should have known his days was numbered. Look at him. He look wicked as hell. It's the devil right here.
Right, Channel 7, San Diego. Arrest made in killing of Catholic bishop in California. David G. O'Connor.
The stream ended. No, no, it didn't. It's still live. No, it's still live. It just this won't move. Now you go ahead. You good? My bad. It's locked.
David G. O'Connor served as priest and bishop in LA County for more than 45 years. A man wanted in connection with the weekend murder of longtime LA bishop was arrested early Monday, sources told NBC4. Carlos Medina, 65, was arrested Monday morning after a tipster had called police to report that he had been acting strange and made comments about auxiliary bishop David O'Connor owing him money. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna said in the news conference. Medina is the husband of the bishop's housekeeper, and he had previously done work out of O'Connell's Hacienda Heights home, where the killing occurred. Sunday morning, detectives obtained surveillance video showing that a Dollar compact SUV had briefly pulled into O'Connell's driveway before driving away.
Right. So basically what's going on is that he owed somebody that worked for him some money and didn't want to pay him, and he killed him. Now, I ain't saying that that's right, but you got to understand, we're going to get into this later, where the Lord say he create evil. This is what the Lord meant when he said he create evil. And I hate paraphrasing, but we're going to bring up that scripture later in the class. And the Lord say he hates evil. When you see stuff like this happen, this was a bishop. You feel me? This was a bishop, a Catholic priest. And you might think like, oh man, this is so wrong. This is so evil. Man, look, the Lord creates evil, man. Did you hear me? Did you catch that? Do I got to put it in subtitles or something? The Lord creates evil. Yes, this was evil. Arrest made and killing of Catholic bishop in California, the gay capital of the world. So lock here, we gonna get flagged. I'm finna download the rest of these videos tonight. Oh man, it's a lock it. I gotta watch what I say. But I'm just saying though, the Lord creates evil. So you see this happening, bishop, priests getting killed, pastors getting robbed, all that type of stuff happening, man. The Lord creates evil. That's the evil he was talking about. You know, you know what? I'm gonna say that for the breakdown of the scripture. A lot of people say stuff about that and they don't know what it means. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go to the alligator. You know, they used to feed our babies to alligators so they can make gator shoes. They used to feed our babies to alligators.
Woman killed in alligator attack in St. Lucie County. The 85-year-old woman that was killed by alligator on Monday has been identified as Gloria Surge.
Now, Gloria Surge, we understand about Gloria Surge. I'm gonna just give you some wisdom about Gloria Surge. By her age, she's 85 years old. She was there when your granny was getting sprayed by water hoses. When your grandma and your great granny was getting sprayed by water hoses, hit with bricks because they want to sit on a white man's toilet. She was there. You feel me? She was there. And what we just was talking about Lord create evil, she probably is descended from the same people that fed your people the alligators. Because alligators is predominantly in that region. Florida, Georgia, all that stuff right there. Feel Louisiana, you know, a little bit of Texas. That's where alligators is found at. So for them to feed our babies to alligators, her descendants had to be the ones that did it. And now, you hear me? What they say about John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X. The chickens come home to roost. The chickens come home to roost. Cock-a-doodle-doo. You feel me? To be aware is to be alive. I'm telling you, man, y'all better, people see this story and they probably went into a frenzy. Like, oh my God, the alligator drowned the granny. Man, that same granny was there when your grandma was getting hit with a brick for marching for civil rights, man. Stop it. You go finish it out.
And then, like if I may, I was just
go ahead.
She would have been in her 20s.
Nigga. I was trying to do the math. I was thinking maybe about 15. Because they used to have the kids at the lynchings. They used to have the little kids at the lynchings. But 20, oh no, she hit somebody with a brick. She called somebody a nigger. And that alligator, and alligators live a long time. I don't know how long. Hey Siri. I need Alexa like Jeremy Hyman got. Hey Siri. How long do alligators live? 40 years.
Lifespan of an alligator is 40 years.
40 years. Man, look. You feel me? Might have been laid an egg by one of them alligators, man, that dragged your babies in the water. You feel me? Might have been. Might have not. Who knows? We might be reaching. I'm the reach God. That's what I do. I be reaching. Because y'all don't understand where we be coming from, man. Y'all don't be understanding. So we behind to show y'all with these articles. Tune in to Crowd Spell Night every Wednesday. We're going to show y'all with the videos tomorrow. Hey, man. And what y'all got to do is watch Harold Mark, what you didn't learn in history class. You feel me? Now, y'all better tune into that. Because I'm telling you, what that brother be bringing out, man, I'm telling you, man. Actually, you can't say we ain't the home of the truth. There's no way you can say we not. And if you put in the transfer papers to go anywhere, it's getting denied. It's not happening. It's a lie. It's a lie. Now you go ahead. Cause this shit get funny at the end. Wait till you get all the way to the end. That shit gonna trip me out. I'm telling you, I might pass the class over to you.
An incident report revealed that Serge was knocked over. She was dragged into the water by foot, was pulled into deep water, and died as a result.
I'm telling you, man. But look, she died from drowning. The alligator drowned because most of them do stuff like that. Just like the eagles pick they prey up and drop it to kill it, and then they start eating it. Alligators and stuff like that, they drag you in the water and drown you. They ain't trying to fight with you while they eating you and trying to eat you and stuff like that. But they used to feed our babies to alligators just to lure them. If they'll put a baby like close by the water, and once they come out, they have a trap for it. Catch it and make alligator shoes and coats and hats and stuff.
The alligator was estimated to be 10 feet long and 600 to 700 pounds.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a monster. That was a leviathan. It's a Lockheed. That was a leviathan. That's what the Bible called them things like that.
It was captured and killed by a contracted nuisance alligator trapper.
Mm-hmm. How you keep going?
St. Lucie, Florida, 85-year-old woman was killed by an alligator in St. Lucie County. This afternoon, the Florida and Fish Wildlife Conservation Commission and St. Lucie County Sheriff responded to calls regarding an alligator bite.
Mm-hmm.
According to NBC affiliate WPTV, the 85-year-old woman was walking her dog in the 55-plus living community, Spanish Lakes Fairways, located at 14313.
Because she living good down there in Florida. She living lifestyle of the rich and the famous. Don't you want to be rich and be famous? It costs a lot of money to live in Florida.
When the alligator grabbed her dog.
Ooh, not that dog. Not that dog. You know, they love dogs more than they love us. Man, you look, man, strangle a police dog. Let the police dog try to bite you and you kill it. Man, you're going to jail for killing a police officer. No cap. You feel me? Young niggas say no bap. Gotta put the B on it. They take the C's off. You feel me? Gotta stay in tune with reality. To be aware is to be alive. You know what I'm saying?
In an attempt to rescue her pup, the woman was attacked instead.
She trying to rescue the dog from an 85-year-old white woman that's trying to rescue her dog from a 10-foot long alligator. Alligator say, well, I'll just take these then. The alligator like, shit, I'll just take you. Shit, fuck the damn dog. I just want the dog. But I'll just take you. Because one thing about animals which you don't understand is they will eat humans. You feel me? If they have to. But they don't want to. They don't wake up in the morning like, yeah, I'm going to just eat a human. Because the Lord made us dominion over all the animals. That's back in Genesis. So they don't wake up just like, yeah, I'm going to eat a human today. You feel me? Just like when the little boy fell in the gorilla pit back in, I think that was in Ohio too. So Ohio got a demon on it today. Because we stay talking about Ohio. But that gorilla didn't attack the boy. They killed the gorilla before he could. Because they didn't know. But right when the boy fell in the pit, the gorilla didn't run over and just beat it like you think of when you see a gorilla. I know most people think if they ever run into a gorilla, it's going to just beat you to death. But the gorilla didn't even pay the baby no attention. The baby fell in the pit. It didn't pay no attention. But this lady calls on herself. She tried to save the dog when she should let the dog die and get away from the 10-foot alligator. She tried to save the dog, and the alligator said, well, I'll just take you. And that's how she died. Pride. Esau's pride kills them, man. It's going to bring their kingdom, you feel me, to nothing.
The FWC places highest priority on public safety and administers a statewide.
Oh no, you ain't peep what I wanted you to read. Go back up a little bit.
The dog was saved.
The who?
The dog was
saved.
saved.
The dog was saved. They needed you to know that. That this lady died for her dog. They wanted you to know that, man. Because that's serious to the Edomites, so-called white man. They wanted to let you know the dog is more important than you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. That dog is more important than you, man. But now look at this though. This is just a quick little Google search. Feel me? Just a quick little Google search. You see this stuff? Feel me? Look at this. We ain't lying to you. Feel me? They wanted to use our kids for alligator bait so they can make them nice shoes they want, hats and stuff like that, man. Look at this. Y'all probably thought we were just talking shit. Hell no, this is real talk, man. Stop it. They got books about the shit. So I say most stuff you could just Google. Most people don't. They like TikTok though. Most people is in love with TikTok. But most stuff you could just Google and you will see it. You feel me? But yeah, to be aware is to be alive, man. So yeah, if I could, let's go to North Korea.
Comic-Con. NBC News.
Mm-hmm.
North Korea fires multiple ballistic missiles in major escalation. The United States has begun its joint military exercises with South Korea and Japan.
Yep, that's their enemies. You feel me? South Korea and Japan is the enemies of North Korea and China. You feel me?
In response to North Korea's intercontinental ballistic missile launch, Kim Jong-un's sister responded, saying whether or not North Korea uses the Pacific Ocean as its shooting range depends on the United States.
Right. She said it depends on y'all. It's up and it's stuck. You feel me? They gangsters over there in North Korea, man. Them people is ready to die for their country. She say, man, it's up to y'all. Y'all think we using y'all? Well, it's up to y'all because the Pacific Ocean is so big. The United States can't own all of it. So she's saying, like, man, it's up to y'all. Which part is y'all, which ain't? But we gonna do what we gonna do to protect our people. You feel me? And a lot of people don't even know this going on.
Tonight, a major escalation from North Korea, firing multiple ballistic missiles. This after launching an intercontinental ballistic missile Saturday. The Japanese defense minister said that particular weapon could reach every corner of the U.S.
And to do what? I see why Trump called him Rocket Man. This little motherfucker must be stopped. He must be stopped, man. Look, let Kim Jong-un and his sister do their thing, man. They love their people, man. How you gonna be mad at them for loving their people just because you don't love yours? Because you don't love your people, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Let Kim Jong-un and them do their damn thing, man. If they gonna push the button, let them push the button. Send this bitch up. That's what we used to call them. We used to fight at the parties back in the day. Send this bitch up. But yeah, send it up, damn man. Shit, y'all want to die, die. I ain't dying for this place. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you better not die for this place either. If they won't die for you, they just sent your brother to jail for 21 years for a crime they say didn't even commit. They say it was never a crime.
As the U.S. begins its joint military exercises alongside South Korea and Japan, flying long-range supersonic bombers in a show of force.
We call on others to condemn this action, to take...
Y'all know who this is? This the motherfucker that just gave 30, how much money he just gave to Turkey? 30,000. It had to be more than 30,000. I want to say 30,000. That's the number that's rolling off my tongue. But he just gave a lot of fucking money to Turkey because of that earthquake. Now he's telling you that he needs y'all help. No, nigga, y'all got all the money. Y'all should be good. Y'all got all the money. Y'all got all the tax money. Y'all get all type of shit. Y'all can extort money from people. This motherfucker is crazy right here. Secretary of State.
Take
go ahead.
So like you said, $100 million.
$100 million. He just gave $100 million to Turkey. All right, so y'all say 30. 30 million to 100. Let's just say 30 million to 100 million. He gave to Turkey. But now he's asking for help. That's what I just heard. I heard him say something about help.
To condemn this action, we call on others to condemn this action, to take appropriate steps, including the effective enforcement of sanctions.
Why though? everybody want to help. North Korea fucks with all of y'all enemies. They cool with what's that? Saudi Arabia. Not Saudi Arabia. What's the one that Iran? It's one of them. Iran. Whichever one that America in tour with, they got all the money. It's Saudi Arabia, Iran, one of them. They cool with Russia. They cool with China. Who else can stop this? I don't know what the Lord is doing this though, man. This is the Lord when he say he create evil. Can we get the scripture? Why is we steady reading articles? We teach the Bible, but y'all don't want to believe the Bible, so we got to go through these fucking articles every week. Then read the scriptures. Otherwise, y'all gonna think we're just talking shit. We're gonna get the scripture though. The Lord say he create evil. This is what he was talking about. These missiles and Kim Jong-un and his sister and Putin, and he create evil, man. This is what he was talking about when he said that. A lot of y'all thinking about other shit because y'all is horny. You feel me? Y'all won't have sex with prostitutes and stuff like that. So y'all thinking that type of stuff is what he meant. That is not what he meant. This is the type of stuff the Lord was talking about when it said he create evil.
North Korean state TV showing a recent launch on Sunday. Tonight, Kim Jong-un's sister saying whether or not North Korea uses the Pacific Ocean as its shooting range depends on the United States. It's the latest in a barrage of threats from North Korea as Pyongyang continues to boast its nuclear weapon threats from North Korea as Pyongyang continues to boast its nuclear.
They gonna fucking say something on YouTube though, probably. They shouldn't, but they might. This motherfucker is the one they say could reach any part of the world. Hey, this motherfucker can go anywhere. Hey, y'all better get cool with Cuba. That's all I'm saying. Y'all steady beefing with all these South American, man. Look, that's why black people should run the world. We'll teach y'all something about peace. Because we like war, but the war that we gonna bring is gonna bring peace. Y'all don't know nothing about war, man.
As Pyongyang continues to boast its nuclear weapon supply.
They think North Korea is so small, they thinking they ain't got nothing. Look at that shit. What if that motherfucker went off right there? That's what I be thinking when I be seeing these military parades with these missiles. I be like, damn, what if that motherfucker just went off? Why everybody right there?
Playing its largest arsenal of weapons, a dozen ICBMs, at a military parade earlier this month. Today, a state media broadcaster saying the surprise launch is proof of the country's nuclear power. As the temperature in the region rises, the joint military drills just getting underway. Megan Fitzgerald, NBC News.
And that's because the Lord did this. The Lord did that. The Lord creates evil. America thought it was sweet. America thought they was gonna be bullying everybody for eternity. Hell no. They got motherfuckers out here with the same type of shit they got. And that's a small ass country too. They ain't even no big ass country. Yeah, so you can drop that. Let's go to this last one about Putin. They done forgot about Putin. I don't know why they forgot about this crazy motherfucker.
Putin raises tension on Ukraine, suspending start nuclear pact.
Man, look, I said to be aware, to be alive. You know who he fuck with? North Korea. You feel me? The North Koreans, him, Iran. I think it's Iran. Iran told America, Iran some gangsters. I like Iran. I think we should make them our supervisors. When we ruled Earth, we should put the Iranians as the supervisors over the white people. I don't want to deal with no white folks. I'm gonna let the Iranians deal with y'all. They told America, if y'all come over here playing with us, it's gonna be the mother of all wars. I did that. Fell out the chair. I said, that they gangsters. They say, nigga, we ain't going for none of that. They said, man, try it if you want. They said it's gonna be the mother of all war. That was like 2-3 years ago. I'm like, damn. It's a lot.
Russian President Vladimir Putin suspended Moscow's participation in the last remaining nuclear arms control pact with the United States.
Got rid of him. You feel me? Say we ain't dealing with y'all.
Announcing the move Tuesday in a bitter speech in which he made clear he would not change his strategy in the war in Ukraine.
No, he said in America, look, just do what y'all gotta do. It's up there. We ain't got time to be playing with y'all. We got our own thing going on. Y'all over there killing all the Native Indians, killing all the black folks. y'all want to come worrying about us. Sit the hell down.
Putin emphasized, however, that Russia isn't withdrawn from the pact yet. And hours after he addressed the foreign ministry, said Moscow will respect the treaty's caps on nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It also said Russia will continue to exchange information about test launches of ballistic missiles per earlier agreements with the United States.
Mm-hmm. Keep it cordial, that's all. Keep it cordial.
In his long-delayed State of the Nation address, Putin cast his country, the Ukraine, as victims of Western double-dealing,
mm-hmm.
and said it was Russia, not Ukraine, fighting for its very existence.
He said, look, we fighting for our lives, man. It ain't Ukraine. Because this is the thing why he's saying that. Because if NATO, if Ukraine joins NATO, then they can put nuclear weapons right on the border of Russia. Ukraine is right there by Russia. And it's like, damn, and he's not lying. We fight for our existence. Because what if they launch them missiles? If North Korea got a missile that can reach the United States from where they at, imagine if you got a missile that's right on the border of your country that's that big. Man, we fighting for, that's what he mean by that when he said we fighting for our existence.
The Ukrainian people have become hostages of the Kiev regime and its Western masters, which have effectively occupied the country. The speech reiterated a litany of grievances he has frequently offered as justice.
Oh, right. You missed the first line. He said we aren't fighting the Ukrainian people. See, Putin trying to put people on game. People thinking he's just some evil monster. He know what's going on. You feel me? Same way Hitler knew what's going on, man. It's an agenda, man. He said we're not even fighting the Ukrainian people.
Putin said ahead of the war's first anniversary on Friday, the Ukrainian people have become hostages.
We ain't fighting them, man. He know who they fighting. They fight NATO. He know who they fight, man. He ain't fighting no damn Ukrainians, a weak ass country, man. He know them where they ain't got all that arsenal.
The Ukrainian people have become hostages of the Kiev regime and its Western masters, which have effectively occupied
Western masters, some of the United States. Putin ain't stupid, man. Y'all are thinking he's stupid. Y'all don't even know what's going on. You know why? Because to be aware is to be alive. And we is dead out here. Blacks is not native, and we is dead. We don't even know it. We thought Putin was just some monster. Didn't they say all the Ukrainians was on the border coming to America? So who the fuck is they fighting? If all the Ukrainians is in America. He just told you who they fighting. It's Western masters.
The speech reiterated a litany of grievances he had frequently offered as justification for the widely condemned military campaign while vowing no military let-up.
That's so heavy. That's so heavy. But yeah, we could drop that. I just wanted to bring that out just to show that Putin is not as stupid as people think. Putin know damn well that they not fighting just Ukraine. Russia, that humongous military. You telling me they having a problem with little old Ukraine? Man, he already knew it wasn't them. That's what the fight started in the jump. Because he knew it, man. He knew it wasn't just Ukraine that's what they was fighting against. But yeah, we dropped that. Let's get into the first scripture. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 2.
Common concept.
In the Old Testament.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning.
Mm-hmm. House of mourning. That's talking about the poor. You feel me? That's talking about the poor people. It's better to go to them. You feel me? You want to know what man, you could equate that with anything. Don't all of that, man. Calipari went to the south side of Chicago to get Derrick Rose. He ain't go to some damn suburb. Deion Sanders said he want defensive players who only got a mother in the house. He said, because they more hungry. Man, it's a lot here. You feel me? I was a sport player, so I could equate it with that. But I'm dead serious. That's exactly what he said. But no, it's better to go to the house in the morning because the people this morning don't show you what's really going on, man.
Than to go to the house of feasting.
Right, because people that's feasting, man, they don't know what's going on. All they care about is prospering. And tonight's class is to be aware, is to be alive. People that's feasting ain't aware of what's going on. They don't even know half the stuff we just talked about the last hour. They don't even know. Like real talk.
But that is the end of all men.
That's the end of all men. You feel me? This is the end of all men. Going to the feasting instead of the mourning, you going to the rich instead of the poor, that's the end of all men, man. That's the end. Go ahead. We're going all the way to verse 5.
Come on. And the living will lay to his heart.
Mm-hmm. His mind. He gonna just do what his mind tell him to do.
Verse 3.
In the morning, guess what his mind gonna tell him to do? Survive. The feasting, what he gonna do? He gonna just try to devour and destroy.
Verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter.
Sorrow, you ain't even know it. Because you ain't aware of what's going on.
For by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
Right. Because you being sad, you feel me? You figuring about why you're sad. You figuring out what made you sad. You going deep in depth into it. And it's making you better. The people that's laughing, they don't even know what's going on. Everybody out is getting high, Percocets and Mollies, skinny jeans, fat ass boots looking like Super Mario Brothers. You feel me? They don't even know why they don't even know what's going on because they just so laughing and happy. You don't even know you being oppressed. You don't even know this kingdom is about to fall.
Verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning.
The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, man. You feel me? Because people that's mourning is wise. Us in the ISUPK, we was all mourning, and it made us wise. Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It's the beginning of wisdom. Mourning will make you wise.
But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
But the heart of the fools is in the house of the happy. That's what mirth means. Being happy, glad, for no damn reason. You ain't got no reason to be happy, man. You a goddamn slave. What the fuck is you happy about?
Verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools.
Right, it's better. Do you know the rebuke of the wise? That's us telling you to keep the commandments. You feel me? To stop sinning. To stop doing what pleasures you and do what God say to do. And guess who the songs of the fools is? The Christian church. You feel me? You going to church and thinking you got the spirit. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. No. Kirk Franklin is one of the songs of fools. That's what we talk about. This is talking about right now, back then. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. And it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. And you've been hearing songs of fools for so long. You feel me? For so long you've been hearing to integrate. To just pull up yourself by your bootstraps. Just get a job. You feel me? You've been hearing songs of fools, man. Ain't none of that stuff helped you yet. They sent a black man to prison for 25 years for a crime that nobody did. The people in the house party was off meth or off some type of drugs and just thought somebody robbed them. Ain't nobody did shit. It's a lot. We dropped it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32:7.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
To be aware is to be alive. You got to remember the days of old. You got to remember the stuff that happened to us, man. We can't forget these things and say the stuff is in the past. That's old, man. We living in a post-racial era. We living in it. You can't keep doing that to your sons and daughters, because your sons and daughters gonna wonder why this is happening, and you never told them about what happened in the past, man. They putting in books now saying it's the Great Migration. Slavery, they ain't even saying it was slavery. They say it was the Great Migration. They say what happened to the Native Indians was manifest destiny. They needed to be civilized and be given Christ. Oh man, stop it.
Consider the years of many generations.
And then what I just said? Is the Bible not a living book? Is the Bible not alive? If you don't pass down what happened to us, you're not considering your grandsons and your granddaughters, and they're going to repeat the same damn shit you did.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
He's supposed to. If he's not a fucking coward.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Supposed to tell you, man, all that interracial dating and stuff. People got killed for that. We just brought out about Thurgood Marshall, one of his most famous cases. A man was just having sex with his employer, and they got caught. So she said he raped her, and he was ready to do life in prison. Man. We're going all the way to verse 9.
Verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
Right, separated the sons of Adam, man. He gave everybody their own land, man. He gave everybody their own land. Chinese over there, North Korea over there, Japan on that island. Feel me? White people in them caves. You feel me? It's a lot, yeah. He gave everybody their own spot. Why you want to, harp on another man's foundation, man? Why?
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right. So basically, he let us get our stuff first. He let us get our land, which is the Garden of Eden, is what people call it. You feel me? The Garden of Eden, Israel, all that is the same spot. It's in the same place. And that's the Middle East. It's not just that little bitty block, which they call Israel today. No, it was all that stuff. Turkey, some Iraq, all that stuff, man. We had a big region over there that was ours. And he set the bounds according to us. You feel me? Everybody is outside of us, the bounds. You feel me?
Verse 9. For the Lord's portion is his people.
His people. Possessor. You feel me? Is his people. That's us. We the Lord's people. This is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And we forgot our portion. But we giving our portion to the heathens. You feel me? We done gave our portion to the heathens. We want to be a part of them. We don't want to remember the days of old. We don't want to remember that before slavery, we had our own identity, our own God, our own land that we prayed for. Swing low, sweet chariots, coming forth to carry me home. You feel me? Them Negro spirituals and stuff, man. Cause you know why we used to sing stuff like that? Because we knew we was Israelites back then. They started wiping it away as time went on. You feel me? We knew we was Israelites, man. They said Negroes for sale. They didn't say Ghana. You feel me? Egyptians. Fucking conscious community, you fucking idiots. You fucking slow. Man, I'm telling you, man, you gotta have a lot of patience, man. I don't understand. You gotta have a lot of patience because they said Negroes for sale. That right there would have made me leave the country community. I say, well, who the fuck is this? What, they knew we was Negroes back then? Why they ain't just call us Africans? I just don't get it. It's that simple, man. But we won't remember the days old. We just don't want to.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Right, Israel. Jacob, Israel is the same person, same nation. Feel me? And we the lot of his inheritance, man. We is the inheritance of the Lord. But we didn't gave that up because we want to be like the heathens, man. And we're going to get into that next, actually, about these heathens, what they were supposed to be for. Instead of being, we done became like the heathens and want to be like them. But let's talk about what the Lord left the heathens around us for, because we already talked about how he gave us our portion. Feel me? Let's go to Judges 3:1.
Come, sir. The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them.
To who?
To prove Israel by them.
We supposed to join. We supposed to become all their religions, all their beliefs. We supposed to do what the heathens do. No, we not. The Bible say, what did it say? These are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel. To prove Israel by them. Feel me?
Even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Right, all the wars of Canaan. A lot of us was not there. We was not there. Our great-great-grandfathers was there when we came from Egypt. We came out of Egypt. And Joshua and them had to go through all them wars with them Canaanites that was in our land. All them wars with them Canaanites in our land. So we can get our land back. Because it was ruled by heathens. The heathens was living there. But the Lord saved the Garden of Eden for us.
Verse 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know.
Mm-hmm. When we say remember the old, we wasn't there. But it said only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, might remember that the Lord left these heathens around us to fight. You feel me? So we can fight. Because life is all about fighting. Fighting your flesh. Fighting your lusts. To do what the heathens doing and to do what God say. That's what life is all about if you Black, Hispanic, Native, Indian. It's to fight to do what God wants you to do, no matter how hard it seems. That's what it's all about.
To teach them war.
To teach us war. You feel me? This is in Judges. We already back in our land. You feel me? But Joshua and them had to fight for this. Joshua and them had, and we still was fighting. We was fighting the Philistines and stuff. You feel me? We still was fighting. But that's why they was left there. So we could fight. So we can know war. And we can teach our children's children to fight these heathen nations up off you, man. Spiritually and physically. If, you know, that's where it's going.
At the least, such as before knew nothing thereof.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Before, they ain't know nothing about no war. We were slaves in Egypt. Before. No, nothing about no war, nothing about no heathen. We was in slavery. We was in slavery. And that's why the Lord left these heathens around us, so we can know war. So we can know how to fight, man. To get us sharp. Otherwise, we'll fall victim to anything. Let's go to Isaiah 45:7.
Come, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
I form the light and create darkness. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't need none of that. Everybody always trying to sell you some shit. Damn, why am I always trying to sell a black man and shit? What? I can't wait till Christ come back. We're gonna be the ones selling shit. Now it's lucky. But yeah, though. He said, I form the light and create darkness. That's true. That's true. You feel me?
I make peace.
I make peace.
And create evil.
The Lord is the reason for that. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You feel me? The Lord is the reason for that. And the peace. And the evil. But see, the evil, when fake Israelites and Christians read this, you know the evilest thing they think of? Homosexual. Adultery. They say the Lord made me like this. This is what they say. And that's why he left the heathens around us, like Judges said, for war. So we may know war. Otherwise, we'd be just a gullible ass people if he didn't leave the heathens around us to teach us war. Because he say, I make peace and create evil, man. The evil he's talking about is talking about calamity, man. Calamity. You know what calamity is? Let's get that. Calamity is a disastrous event marked by great loss. You feel me? Lasting distress and suffering. That's the evil he's talking about. You feel me? He talking about all this war that's about to happen. All these bombs about to get dropped. For the sin you committed. You feel me? For the sins America committed. That's the evil that he's talking about. He's talking about calamity. He's not talking about homosexuality and the lust that's inside of you. The stuff you don't want to fight. You having sex with another man's woman. That's not the evil that he was talking about. He was talking about calamity. He was talking about how all these oil spills and all this stuff. That was one of the articles we were supposed to get. That's cool. The oil spill that happened in Ohio. You feel me? That's the stuff he's talking about. That's the type of stuff that the Most High is talking about when he say create evil. He's talking about all these hurricanes, these natural disasters, tornadoes, before the destruction of you being against him. That's what it means when he say he create evil. That lady dying by the alligator. When they know damn well they feel black people the alligators. That's what it means when he create evil. He's talking about the damn alligator. He ain't talking about no damn lust is inside of you. LGBTQ, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about calamity. He's talking about the destruction that comes from it, man.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
Yes. Yes. All the AIDS epidemic. That's what he's talking about when he say create evil. He's talking about AIDS. 30 million people dying since the 1980s. That's what he's talking about when they say create evil. He ain't saying he created homosexuality. Because that's what the conscious community, that's what they say. They say that's what this means. I think the other brothers did a whole battle with them about this. Because they thought that's what this meant. When the evil was talking about the damn product of you committing homosexuality, which is AIDS. That's what he created. He ain't talking about you having homosexual sex. He's talking about AIDS. Feel me? Gonorrhea, chlamydia, because you want to have all these different whores you want to deal with, or you want to have all these different men you want to sleep with. Feel me? To be aware is to be alive. Yep. Well, yeah, we can drop that. And let's go to Romans 12 and 19.
Come.
Punch after punch. All you can do is block. It's a lock here. The motherfuckers be like, damn, this nigga punching back to back.
Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
Oh, yeah, read that again. Satan just came through the chat. I had to get rid of that. Satan just that's a lock it. Hell nah. Now you go ahead, read that one more time.
Come. Book of Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Avenge not yourselves. Black man, Hispanic man, don't do nothing. That's why y'all need to find us. Don't do nothing, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Don't go pick up no, don't be like the Black Panthers. Don't go pick up no gun. Talking about you got your damn rights to own a gun. Yeah, we do. Get as many guns as you want and put them in the house. Put them in your car. Don't go walk up to the Capitol building with your guns marching. The hell? What they was, NFAC? No fucking around coalition? Where they at now? You can't find them. Matter of fact, I think one of their leader got locked up in the feds. He's in the feds right now because the Lord said this: avenge not yourselves. Avenge not. The Lord want to do. It's nothing you can do, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's not a damn thing you can do to avenge yourself for the amount of stuff we went through since we've been over here. Since the white man touched Puerto Rico, it's not nothing you can do. It's nothing a Black, Hispanic, Native Indian can do. That's why we don't ever do anything to a white man. Don't do nothing unless it's self-defense. Don't do anything unless it's self-defense. You feel me? Nothing. Zero. Because there's nothing you can do to avenge yourself for what he did. There's nothing you can do.
But rather give place unto wrath.
Right, give place unto wrath. You know, have your wrath put in a certain place. Feel me? Have your wrath put in a certain place, like we do in ISUPK. Our wrath is in a certain place. And we put it into these classes. We put it into our people. We want to get our people out of the world. That's what we do.
For it is written, vengeance is mine.
Vengeance is mine.
I will repay, saith the Lord.
God said he gonna do it. God say vengeance is mine. Did you see the missiles North Korea had? Black man. Come on, Black man, Hispanic man. You ain't what's his name? Low Dog. You ain't got a missile in the back of your mail truck. You better let North Korea do what they gotta do. You better let Russia do what they gotta do. You better let Iran do what they gotta do. Because that's what the Lord meant when he say, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. It's nothing we can do. The best thing we can do is take our money away. Take our money away from this place. Stop going to jail. Stop going to prison. Making them more money. You feel me? Making them more billions of dollars a year off free labor. That's the best thing we could do. But you picking up a gun and you ain't gonna do nothing. Stop it. You think you got a little switch on your Glock, man? It ain't gonna do nothing. Vengeance is mine. Our pace of the Lord. North Korea said they got a bomb that can reach America from where they at right now. Come on, man, stop it. Let North Korea handle it. Let Russia handle it. You sit back and chill. Because the Lord say, vengeance is mine. I repay, saith the Lord. So yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 19:1.
Come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
Egypt. Now, what you got to understand about Egypt, Egypt means bondage, means slavery. This is the book of Isaiah. We've been freed out of Egypt. That's over. So what is Isaiah talking about? He's talking about bondage. He's talking about the future entrapments, Babylon, Greece, Rome, America. Anybody that would dare put us in slavery. This is who he's talking about.
And the idols of Egypt.
The idols of Egypt. Anybody that would put us in the idols. Let's talk about America. The idols of America. The Christian church. Muslim mosque. Scientology. The black woman is God. Whatever. The idols of America. Go ahead.
The idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
It's going to be set right in front of him. He done slid down. You feel me? He done slid on a cloud at that. And he looking at his ops. Most High is looking at all his oppositions, all these damn philosophies of America. Go ahead.
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of
and the mind, Egypt, the mind of America, the mind of all these philosophies of Babylon the Great is going to melt in front of the Most High. We're going all the way to verse 8.
Come. Verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right, he will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. The Egyptians is failed. Egypt is falling. The goddamn fucking Arabs run Egypt. I met a bitch from Egypt, man, a minute ago. The bitch, I say, man, what the hell do y'all speak over there? She said they speak Arab. I say, whoa. The Arabs run Egypt. You feel me? They run it. Egypt really fell to the ground. It's over with. They didn't blow the nose off all the Sphinx. You feel me? You can't decipher the damn hieroglyphics. It's over. It's a wrap. That is not what this is talking about. This is talking about bondage. This is talking about anybody that would dare have us in slavery. The Lord is going to put your own people against each other.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother.
Right. Russia and America. They brothers. Hitler and the Jewish man. They brothers. He said they're going to fight against each other. They're going to fight against each other, man. The French and the American War. The war against America and the Spaniards. Come on, man, stop it. World War I, World War II. Winston Churchill. 100 million people died in that war. 100 million. Go ahead.
That's like it, sir. If I may, could you use this for like the Civil War, Democrats and Republicans?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You just add more fuel to my fire. That's definitely the Civil War. Egyptians against Egyptians. They had us in bondage in North America. They had us in bondage in the North and in the South. We was in bondage in the North and the South. But Abraham Lincoln said to save the Union without freeing the slaves, I couldn't do it. I had to free the slaves. Otherwise, I would have lost the Union. Abraham Lincoln said that. Hell yeah, they fought against each. Yeah, hell yeah.
And everyone against his neighbor.
Everyone against his neighbor, his brother. Because what you got to understand about that neighbor is talking about your brother. It just said it. It said they shall fight against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. Your neighbor is talking about your brother. That is not talking about no damn heathen. You go ahead. I did the same shit you did. You ain't even know it. Hey, put a pill in your drink. You ain't even know it. So like it. Hell no. Now you go ahead.
City against city.
City against city. That's what's going on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom. Go ahead to the next one.
Come, sir.
Say kingdom against kingdom. Hell yeah, that's what's happening. Russia is a kingdom North Korea is a kingdom. China is a kingdom. Japan is a kingdom. South Korea is a kingdom. This is happening. The biblical prophecy is happening before our eyes, man. You feel me? It's happening before our eyes.
Verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail.
Ooh-wee, the spirit, the vibe, the belief of America is going to fail.
In the midst thereof.
In the midst thereof. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's already happening now. Now, I mean, like he said, the Democrats and the Republicans, they fighting, Biden and Trump supporters. They ran through the Capitol. You feel me? January 6th, stop the steal. Stop the steal. Salakia, stop the steal. The fuck out of here.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof.
The wisdom, that's definitely destroyed. Trump said, drink bleach. Trump tells us, hey, look, I told you, punch after punch, all you can do is block. Salakia. Hell no. That's a nice shirt you got on, too. Man, I got to get mine back, man. I ain't going to lie to you. I mess mine up like that. I got to give me another.
And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers.
Right. Now, when it's talking about the idols, that's talking about their philosophies. They going deep into their philosophy. And this is a cut on Scientology. You feel? That's how we know we live in the last days, because they came up with a new religion for rich people to say, nigga, forget God. Ain't no God. It's science. And science is why everything happened. Science is in the Bible, you fucking idiot. Everything has a creator. How did the car get here? The car didn't just appear. Poof. You dummy. The mountains didn't just appear. The water didn't just appear. Everything has a creator, man. But y'all don't want to get no credit to the Most High. And that's why he's coming. He's coming real fast. It's looking better and better every day. Every time I get on the news, it's looking better.
And to them that have familiar spirits.
That's a demon. They're going to go to the people that got demons on them. Familiar spirit, something that's like you, a vibe that's like you, telling you what you want to hear. That's people that go to like the fortune tellers and the seance and all that stuff. You feel me? You going to hear something that you want to hear. You feel me?
And to the wizards.
That's all the same.
Verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
Yes. That's definitely going to happen.
And a fierce king shall rule over them.
Yes.
Saith the Lord of hosts.
Lord of hosts. Did you see the marches North Korea was doing? Russia, talking about what they going to do? The Lord is over all of them. Whole host, that's talking about armies. All these armies on the earth thinking they doing something special. The Lord is over all of you. Good.
So like I said, if I may, what you're bringing out is so heavy. And we know this isn't talking about Egypt, because it was under the damn sand until Esau dug it up in the 1800s.
Stop it. You ever seen The Mummy Returns? So like, you know me, I done seen so many movies. My goof ass to bring up a movie for anything we talk about. But no, that ain't got nothing to do with it. But I get what the brother mean though. But in that movie, it was under the sand. But that's not true in the movie though. That's just a movie. What the brother is saying is facts. And it's true. But also we know because it's Isaiah. This is hundreds, almost 1,000 years later from when we got freed out of Egypt. We didn't Solomon and rule, King David, Saul. This is way after Egypt. This is talking about bondage because Egypt was called Mizraim. You feel me? It wasn't even called Egypt. The Greeks named it that because it was famous for slavery.
Verse 5, and the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up.
I'm telling you. I just went in the store today and said no water. I just went in the store today because of where we live at right now, the Ohio River. In Ohio, it got flooded with some damn chemicals, some damn oil spill or something. You feel me? That's one of the articles we missed, but it was an oil spill happened. Real bad oil spill. A lot of fish died. A lot of stuff in the water died. The water is unclean. And that's just biblical prophecy, though.
Verse 6, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up.
Right, the brooks of defense. That's like the dams and stuff, the stuff that help get the water clean, keep it up to date and stuff like that.
The reeds and flags shall wither.
Be weak.
Verse 7, the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more.
Right, and that is talking the stuff that help the water, because without water, we will die. You can go a couple days without food. You go 3 days without water, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to be put in the ground. You're going to be put in the dirt.
Verse 8, the fishers shall mourn.
The who?
The fishers shall mourn.
What just happened in Ohio? The oil spill, all the fish died. You think about how much money was lost because of the fishers couldn't fish. Say the fishers shall mourn. It's biblical prophecy. We talking about it's happening right now. This is happening right now, man. You better get an ISUPK near you. That's all I'm saying. You better hurry up to be aware to be alive.
And all they that cast angle into the brook shall lament.
Better be mourning.
And they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish.
You ain't getting no fish back. You ain't getting nothing back. The Lord finna make famine happen. This talking about famine. You feel me? Ain't gonna be no clean water. Ain't gonna be no fish. This is talking about famine. Because you put the blacks, Hispanic, natives in slavery. Now, of course, we gotta suffer too. But damn, we've been suffering any fucking way. What do it matter? We've been drinking lead. I'm from the south side of Chicago. We've been drinking lead for the longest. We ain't know it was an issue. Flint, Michigan is what made us start looking at our water like, damn, shit. You feel me? We've been drinking lead since the 90s. I got that water come out brown. Let it run a little bit and get clear. And then we put our cup under and drink it. Come on, man, stop it. We know suffering. The white man don't know no suffering, though. White man don't know no suffering, but he will. Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? It's like you gotta add Watch Martin in there. It's a lie. It's a lie. Hey, let's go to Zephaniah in the Old Testament, 1 and 2 through 4.
So like in Zephaniah 1.
Yeah, 1 and 2 through 4.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 2. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord.
Everything. I'm going to consume it. I'm telling you, man, this is talking about famine. I don't think famine can happen, do y'all? I guess not. I don't think y'all think famine is real. I think y'all think everything going to last forever. Everything is just going to be here. Sam's Club, Kroger's. You're going to have your Walmart. No. Y'all remember with the COVID, that stuff was empty. The Lord was testing you to see would you repent. See would you let his people go. You feel me? You remember what happened with Moses? He kept going to Pharaoh saying, hey, man, look, the Lord doing this. Maybe let our people go. We out there in the streets telling America what y'all, they know who he is. They sent the FBI to us. They sent us the FBI to us, asking us who we are, what we do, and the FBI be leaving, running. Because they be like, it ain't nothing we can lock them up for. They not criminal. They not like the Black Panthers. They don't commit crimes. They don't have sex with white women. We can say rape them. You feel me? To lock them up. They don't do nothing illegal. So the FBI leave us the fuck alone. But we trying to tell y'all, man. We trying to tell y'all what's going on. Nobody want to listen.
Verse 3. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea.
And the who?
And the fishes of the sea.
Ain't that what just happened in Ohio? Oil spill, all the fishes died, washed up. Man, look, y'all better stop playing with the ISUPK, man.
And the stumbling blocks with the wicked.
Right, the stumbling blocks. You feel me? The stumbling blocks. That's talking about like it's basically stuff that make you not see what's going on. You're not being aware. That's a stumbling block. You're not being aware.
And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord.
Man, look, Zephaniah was a priest. You feel me? The Most High is finna get rid of these people for the stuff they done. The animals, the birds, the fishes, all that stuff is gonna die. You feel me? All that stuff is gonna die because of what the so-called white man did. Because of the sins he committed against blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. The Lord gonna have to send something so bad that the animals have to suffer. The animals gonna have to suffer from it, man. And that's why the Iran president, prince, king, whatever they call it over there, he said it's gonna be the mother of all wars. It's gonna be serious. This is gonna be serious. This war gonna be so bad that guess what's gonna happen? Black people gonna be free. This war gonna be so bad, black people gonna have their own country to go to and live. Even though a lot of them ain't gonna want to, and you're gonna meet your death that day. That's all I'm saying.
Verse 4. I will stretch out mine hand upon Judah and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place.
Hold on, wait. He said, I will stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem. That's the northern and southern kingdom, who the Lord always been with, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
And I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place.
I will cut off the remnant of Baal. Baal is just a heathen deity that we worship. Baal was like a farmer. You feel me? And when he died, he became a god over like vegetation. When you see farmland and vegetables grow, you just think, oh, this is the god of Baal. When he was just a goddamn farmer. It's like Michael Jordan flying through the air. You're going to say he flew. Michael Jordan going to be a god. If Christ will come back 100 years from now, Michael Jordan going to be a god. They're going to say he flew through the damn air the whole time. All he did was dunk from the free throw.
And the name of the Chimerans with the priest.
Right, Chimerans that just means like idolatry, idols. The priests worship idols, Baal, and all that stuff is gonna be done away. You feel me? The Lord will destroy all of that stuff, man. You feel me? Brother say, I don't think it was oil. It was chemicals. Well, regardless, oil, chemicals, all that stuff is the same. Oil is chemicals at the end of the day. But yeah, though, that's the Lord doing it regardless. So you could drop that. Let's go to Revelations 21:4.
The book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
Right, and this is a funny thing. This is in the New Testament. Who the fuck they think they're talking about? They think they're talking about white people? Talking about all nations? Who the fuck else is crying but black people? Everybody got an army, military, and land. Did we not just read, what was that, Deuteronomy 32, about he set the bounds according to the children of Israel? But the children of Israel don't have no bounds. We got people inside of our damn neighborhoods destroying us every day, little by little. They taking hundred millions of dollars from us, man. I think we spent 1.3 trillion a year, and we own 0.001% of the businesses. So guess what? All our money is going to heathens, man. And in Revelation, God said He's gonna wipe away our tears.
And there should be no more death.
Who all dying so much? Who dying too much? Well, it just ain't right. Black people, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's it. We only people dying where it's like looked at like a bad thing.
Neither sorrow nor crime.
Murder capital here. Philly, the murder capital. Houston, Chicago, Compton, LA. Only black people got to deal with that. You never hear about a white city being the murder capital. This is talking about us, man. Shit getting on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Neither shall there be any more pain.
Any more pain. Who's going through pain? This is in the New Testament. Who's going through pain? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everybody else is living lavishly.
For the former things are passed away.
Mm-hmm. We're going all the way to 7.
Come. Verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
Mm-hmm. All these things is new. All these, everybody, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, he's making you new. All you got to do is stop sinning.
And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. And he said unto me, It is done. I am the Alpha and Omega.
Right, I am the Alpha. You hear me? Alpha. What they say? Alpha male. Christ was the Alpha male. He wants you to be an Alpha male and an Omega. Not Omega sci-fi. Don't do that, man. You know, you feel me? No, the New Testament was written in Greek. So you got to translate these words. You got to sit down and translate some of this stuff. I don't think that's talking about a fraternity.
The beginning and the end.
The beginning of the end. Christ is the beginning and the end. He was Adam and he was Christ. He brought sin into the world and he died for our sins. He was the same spirit. Christ was a soldier. He was a general. He was a leader. He knew he was Adam and he knew what happened from studying the scriptures. And he knew he had to do something about it and he did it. And he fucking did it.
I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely.
You know, we just talking about how water, you can't live without 3 days. This is a spiritual water he's talking about. You feel me? The laws and commandments is the water. You won't die if you're keeping the laws and commandments. But if you're not keeping the laws and commandments, you're going to die.
Verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
Mm-hmm. Inherit all things. All the stuff you cry about, you want so bad, that you're going to get it. You're going to get it, man. If you overcome, you feel me? The world.
And I will be his God, and he shall be my son.
Yes. That's exactly what's going to happen. You want to get back in your father's house or not? You hear me? Think about when you kick your son out and he's fighting to get back in your house, fighting for your respect and your love. That's the same thing we got to do to the Most High. And if we don't do it, well, we don't just be Esau's puppet, his pet. You feel me? But yeah, last scripture, let's go to Revelations 11 and 13.
Come.
I know a lot of people are like, well, why would you read 21, then go back to 11? Because first of all, the Bible said precept upon precept, line upon line, but Revelation is all over the place. And you got to be in the ISUPK and the Commander Johanna to even understand Revelation. It's all over the place. You can't read it like a book.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
And the 10th part of the city fell. And the earthquake was slain of men 7,000.
7,000. Ain't that what happened in Turkey? 30,000 people died. Yes. It can happen like that.
And the remnant were frightened.
Yeah, you better be. People in Turkey scared. They thought Allah was their God. They thought Allah and all this was it. Worshiping a rock. Now they scared.
And gave glory to the God of heaven.
And now they know. They know it's a real God. It's a real God in heaven. A lot of people do that. You feel me? You thought you was praising Jesus. You thought you was doing praising Muhammad, praising Buddha. And something happened. You was like, whoa. Yeah, because you was praising the wrong God. You go ahead. We're going all the way to 15.
Come, sir. Verse 14. And the second woe was past.
Right, woe, that means destruction. Then this is John the Revelator. These is visions he had when he was in prison in the island of Patmos in Greece. And he wrote this on a wall, paper, anything he could find in prison. And when they read this stuff, they knew that it was the Most High. They knew when they read this stuff, they said, man, ain't no way John was this damn smart. They said this was the Most High right here. And they kept this for records. And he say the second war is past. He's talking about the Second World War. That's what he's saying.
And behold, a third woe coming quickly.
The third woe coming quickly. The third woe. That's what we in right now. The third woe, the third destruction. And it's coming quickly. And after this third destruction, there's no black people in Spanish and Native Indians. It's your turn to shine. And if you ain't ready to shine, you're going to be put to death. Feel me? Ain't no more grace period. That shit is over. You feel me? That is a wrap.
Verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall reign forever.
Right.
And ever.
And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. All these kingdoms, that's what it means by hosts. When they say that he's the Lord of hosts, these kingdoms, you feel me, have become our lords. He shall reign forever. Feel me? Forever. The great Bambino. Feel me? But yeah, that's a nice class. You feel me? Tune in. You feel me? Monday through Friday. ISUPK, Kentucky. You feel me? Y'all by Shimmy Shop Thumb. Y'all with Shamar Thumb by